Well, Martin Randelhoff writes a blog about the mobility of tomorrow and joins us. Martin, why are you still writing about technologies of tomorrow and not the technologies of today? Why aren't those technologies now?
Because they are so important for our society, for our economy, for our future.
But why isn't it already happening? Why haven't e-cars caught on? Why aren't people even more environmentally aware than what they've become?
Well, we have two major issues with electric vehicles. The first one is a lack of availability of affordable cars with a certain range. And the second one is a lack of infrastructure.
And that's what we saw in the report there.
Yeah, especially charging stations. We have 6,500 charging stations in Germany, but we have 120 to 150 million parking spots. So there's really, well, you see, we need to invest a lot of money, billions and billions of euro to get this infrastructure we need.
When I see an example, like in that report, of a PR guy giving our guys the wrong cable to recharge their car, I get the idea that these guys aren't serious about e-mobility.
Well, German car manufacturers have some problems with electric vehicles because they invested a lot of money in internal combustion engine, especially in the diesel engine, and they have not really invested in electric mobility. So they will lose a lot of money. They are really panicking about their investments and about the stakeholder value. So that could be maybe the reason why they don't invest in electric mobility and also not to be able to bring really electric vehicles to the market.
And it's not just about big business, it's also about politics, isn't it?
Sure. The German car manufacturers have a lot of influence on politicians in Germany. And when you're thinking about the incentive program by the federal government, you see that they are not really interested in making electric mobility a success.
We'll get back to that in a moment, Martin, to compare Germany with some of the other key e-markets, e-car markets. But first of all, let's take a quick look at the numbers, because as far as what I've seen, what the German government and domestic e-auto sector is up against is quite a lot.
45 million cars with combustion engines are currently out on Germany's streets. Just a small fraction of all German cars are electric, only about 25,000. The federal government's goal is 1 million e-cars registered in Germany by 2020, but there's still a long way to go to reach it. The ratio around the world is about the same. Globally, there are just 1.3 million electric vehicles on the road compared to 1.2 billion conventional cars. Charging stations are also desperately needed. Germany had installed 1 million of them by 2014. By 2020, that number is supposed to go up to 12.7 million. Germany is hoping that a €4,000 incentive will inspire more drivers to switch to electric vehicles. But in July of 2016, fewer than 1,200 buyers claimed the cash. In the same month, German drivers registered over 278,000 conventional cars. E-mobility is still lagging behind.
OK, we get the point, Martin. Let's compare Germany then to other auto markets around the world. What about Asia? How far is it getting with e-mobility?
They are really great with electric scooters and also electric buses. And also the electric cars will come there first in the next years.
Do they have a much bigger percent of charging stations, for example, in comparison to Germany? The number here being so low?
Yes, they have. In Japan, for example, there are more charging stations than gas stations.
Wow.
And you have to think about the huge pollution in these cities. So the governments are really forcing the people to buy electric vehicles and not combustion engines.
What about the United States and the likes of Tesla? It seems to be building and coming up with huge plans and dreams that are not on anyone's radar here.
Yeah, they are dreaming really huge, but they are losing also a lot of money. Right. So it's really a bet on the future, who will be first in the auto market of the future.
So big bets.
Yeah.
What do you drive?
No car. I don't.
No car at all?
No.
Just on your bicycle, like me?
And public transport.
Well done. Do you think we're going to see more of that?
Sure, definitely, in the next years.
And more smart initiatives as well? Smart cities with smart traffic?
yeah, we will see autonomous driving, we will see more on-demand mobility, more interconnection of different transport modes, and that's all.
Just a question of exactly when. Martin Randelhoff, thank you very much for coming in.